weird and strange update. I moved across the country again. Is anyone like surprised? There's not gonna be like a video this week. I guess this can count, but like the content's gonna slow down. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And it's probably going to be even worse than what it was, even though it wasn't that great, because I live in a place where people are fucking crazy. So I moved back to Texas in May. The reason that my boyfriend and I decided to do that is because Washington is a hard place to live in, and you can pretty much ask anyone who lives here. It's hard to live here. It's rainy most of the year, it's cold most of the year, it's dark, it's expensive. So this is what happened. I received a back payment from the VA, and I thought I could make it last a lot longer than it actually ended up lasting me. When you grow up without a lot of resources, when you get those resources, many times you waste them because you don't know how to handle that. I was never taught how to handle money, how to budget, or anything. So I got paid this lump sum and I quit my job. I had already been living in Washington for 2 years before I even met my boyfriend, before he even like showed up in my life. And so I decided, you know, I've been here too long, I need to leave. And his entire support system was in Texas. And so we ended up visiting Texas for like 2 weeks, and I had a great time. And so that seemed to be my only thought, like I need to move to Texas, like whatever. And I had previously lived in Texas back from 2013 to 2017, and honestly Texas is relatively cheap. Like, to live in Texas is relatively cheap. It was very, very cheap when I lived there. So I was like, oh, it only makes sense, we need to move to Texas. So we made a really rash decision and we moved. Right? At the time it made sense. I needed something different, and he needed his support system, and it just made sense. At the time it made sense. When we got to Texas, we realized that getting a job, hard. Very hard. I only ever got one interview through the hundreds of jobs that I applied for, and it was Lowe's. And I ended up working there for only a month, and I didn't feel safe working there for like a few different reasons, whatever. There was a few different reasons why I ended up quitting Lowe's. And then we went back to Amazon, and the Amazons there are paying substantially less. I'm talking $3-4 less for harder work, longer hours. Like, I was just not interested in that. And so we kind of just ran out of money. We got to the point where we couldn't even afford to buy like a McDonald's $1 drink and a McChicken. Like, we weren't able to like feed ourselves, you know? And so I was like, well, let me just see if there's any Amazons in Washington hiring. There was. So almost immediately I was like, well, I need to go back. And maybe you're thinking, oh my god, like, you are insane. You're running from all your problems. If you want to feel that way about it, fine. I'm sure if my dad ever fucking hears this, he's going to absolutely just laugh and giggle hee hee ha ha and shit on me because he thinks I'm such a loser for like running away from all my problems. You can think that. It doesn't bother me. I know who I am, and I'm going to do what makes sense to me. And I don't regret going to Texas at all. At all. And I don't have to explain everything. There was a lot of stuff in between May and September. But I start my job in 10 days. And my first paycheck is in 19 days. I'm feeling really lucky, really blessed. I'm getting paid $3.5 more than I was getting paid down there for not as much work. So think what you want. You know, I don't really give a fuck. This is my life. And honestly, I've been under a lot of fucking stress this last year. Like the last 5 years. But this year has been really, really hard. It's been both the best financially and the worst financially. Like, I have never had more money, but I've also never had no money. You know what I mean? I've never been in more debt than I got into this year. And so I'm just doing what I feel like is right for me and my family and my life, you know? I am still going to pursue my art. I'm still going to pursue YouTube, but I'm also going to have a full-time job that will pay me mostly adequately. I think that's reasonable. So yeah, that's why there's no like cute video in the sunshine this week. I'm actually working on an entire video of like me moving here and stuff, so that should be the next video that comes out. But for right now, this is what we're doing. I just want to say thank you to the people that have been consistently watching my videos. It makes me feel really good to have the community that I have, especially after losing a lot of my support system this year. It feels good to have people that I know care about me. That's the video. I'm gonna finish eating my oatmeal and then I'm gonna watch a movie because I just got here last night and I have not had a moment to just like turn my brain off. So yeah, anyways, I will see you later.